Alright, everyone. It's your boy Mamaki coming back at you once again. And today we're talking about X-Men, issue 10, by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Let's get into it. Yeah, in this video, I only got one issue of X-Men for you. I got behind. X-Men sort of slipped through the cracks there for me. Haven't read an issue of X-Men since probably May, April, something like that. It's currently July. And the video is due up tomorrow, so I gotta get it done today so I can keep that upload schedule. And it just so happens issue 10 is like a ho hum issue, so it's the perfect issue to get back into X-Men with, right? This issue of X-Men starts off, of course, with the X-Men they're training, but Angel has not reported to the Danger Room, for the training, and it's not like him to miss a training session. So, Cyclops goes to his room up in the X Mansion, and he's like, "Yo, Angel, where you at, buddy? You can't just be blowing off training like this." And he's like, "Hold on, Cyclops. There's this story on TV that I want to watch." So they all start watching TV, and it turns out that in Antarctica, there's this wild man, this Tarzan-like figure, who like rescues some people or whatever. And they're like, "Gee, could he be a mutant? I don't know. Let's go talk to Xavier." And Xavier is like, "No, he's not a mutant. My Cerebro machine would have alerted me if he was a mutant. So he's not a mutant." But everybody's complaining because it's been a while since they've been on a mission. It's almost like they were only active when I was making videos about him. Huh? Am I right? But Professor Xavier's like, "You know what, guys? Go to Antarctica, investigate this phenomenon. What is it with this wild man down there in the snowfields?" So of course the X-Men, they go to Antarctica. They're checking the place out, and they go to where the wild man was last seen, and it's a big gorge, right? Like a big drop off. And Cyclops was like, "Well, I guess that's a dead end. He couldn't have gone past here, or he'd fall to his death." So he ends up giving it a blast with his laser beam eyes. Why, I don't remember. And it turns out that the heat from his laser vision opens up a secret passage behind them somehow, and they all fall in down into like this cave, this underground cavern where it's preserved prehistoric times, dinosaurs and everything. It's crazy. And of course, it's here where they run afoul of the Swamp Men, and Jean Grey immediately gets captured. And a little bit later, Angel, he's flying around among the pterodactyls and stuff, and he ends up flying into a net, and he also gets captured by the Swamp People. So after all the X-Men, they get captured, they run into Kesar and the saber-toothed tiger. Uh, didn't write down the tiger's name here. Well, there's a saber-toothed tiger in Kesar, and he's the Lord of the Jungle, and he's like the best of the best. And he's getting into a fight with the Swamp People, and the X-Men, they get involved, and the X-Men get their ass handed to them. And Kesar thinks they're going to challenge him for his title of Lord of the Jungle, so he's beating on them too. And then the X-Men, they managed to get Kesar to be like, "Oh, Jean Grey's captured. We need to go save her." And Kesar, being Lord of the Jungle, he's like, I will help, let's go." So now that we got Kesar on the case, they go to the lair of the Swamp People, and Jean Grey and Angel, they're captured. They're gonna be sacrificed on top of this pyramid to a T-Rex. And Jean Grey, she uses her telekinetic powers to trip up the T-Rex. But while all this is going on, Kesar and the X-Men, they're launching their attack, and Kesar does like some jungle call, and this calls in like a whole bunch of like woolly mammoths and stuff, and they break down the walls, and chaos erupts. And amongst the chaos, the X-Men, they regroup, they reunite, they beat back the Swamp People, and then Kesar is like, "Yo, this is my land. You guys gotta go." And so they're like, "Okay, we don't want no problems with you, Kesar." So Kesar takes him to the exit, and that's the issue. Like I said at the beginning of the video, kind of a ho-hum issue. Didn't really care for it. A couple months back, I saw the cover of this issue. I sort of looked at the premise of this issue, and I was like, "Nah, I'm not reading that right now." And then, of course, I put it off a couple months, and now here I am, sort of scrambling to play catch-up. And I'm reading the issue, and it's like, it wasn't that bad, but it just was not the X-Men I was looking for. Uh, Next issue looks more promising. Just like a throwaway He-Man, Conan Barbarian issue. I'm going to go ahead and give it 2 out of 5. Some people probably like it. But just for me, it didn't do anything for me, and I was glad it was over when it was over because I was like, I can't take too much more of this. And it turns out that they're hinting at like the final panel that we're gonna see more of Kesar. So whoopee, right? But until next time, I'll see you there.